Lego is a company that is very green. This would be something that they could really jump onto and say, hey, we need to do this. Here's why. This is News on a Tuesday, and today we have a few things that are of importance that we need to discuss. Well, I mean, there's always news in the Lego community. There are always things that you need to know, things that are coming up, things that might be happening right now underneath your feet on this planet of Earth. So we have to discuss them. First things first, let's go to Lego ideas. There's been this thing about Lego ideas, like, hey, Lego ideas is this great, cool deal. We get these really amazing sets, one of which I'm building at the moment. And then we get all this other cool stuff that comes along with it. And in this case, we have a GWP that was announced, a gift with purchase, if you don't know what GWP means. This one falls under the umbrella of STEM. And this one was kind of interesting because I was surprised by the choice in the sense of what it was. And at the same time, I was not surprised. So the build, there were 15 people that entered in builds. And this one has to do with Galileo. The build does. Firecracker was the builder. And they received just over 1,400 votes to get this. Now, we don't know when the set is going to be released. Could be later this year. It could be next year. My money is on later this year or super early in January. Now, I'm sure there is some STEM holiday out there that I don't know about or some special date I don't know about, but it wouldn't surprise me if it happened sooner rather than later. So with that in mind, very cool set. You have Galileo himself, you have a telescope, you have some books, you have a chalice. You've got a bunch of cool things that can go along with the build. It's interesting in its own right. I'll be curious to see when we get it and how we get it and what it actually looks like when we do get it. So Chicago is coming. Brickworld, Chicago is coming. Soon. Fast. Amazingly fast. This weekend, actually. I'll be there. There will be a ton of people there. One of the things that I find interesting is during Brickworld Chicago, it's Father's Day, of course, on Sunday, and I'm like, seriously? I got to be away during Father's Day? Whatever, But there's also LegoCon that is going on that Saturday, on the 18th. This coming weekend, LegoCon is. And it is premiering at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 11 a.m. in the time that I'll be in. Or if you're on the West Coast, you Californian folk or Washington, Oregon folk, it's going to be 9 a.m. in the morning. You have to get up earlier. Maybe not super early, but earlier to be able to watch the content. Anyway, so with that in mind, this weekend, Brickworld Chicago. I've got a Lego designer from the Lego house that is going to be interviewing with me to discuss some of the things that he has done, Stuart Harris, and all of the other amazing people at the convention to be able to get an idea of what they've built, where are they at, and all that kind of stuff. One of the things, like I said, that is happening is LegoCon during that time. So on that Saturday, myself and April B, if you don't know who April B is, make sure you go check her out on Twitch and all her social medias. Her and I will be doing a live stream show. Mind you, no face, audio only. But if you're listening to this, you can find it on Spreaker, Spreaker.com, the Bricks King podcast. You can find it there. I will tweet the link. I will Instagram and Facebook the link out ahead of time. But you'll be able to find us there. And we are going to be listening to the audio, which you will be able to hear. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything works out just dandy. And we're going to be commentating as the thing goes along. And you may be watching at the same time and listening at the same time. That's a thing. It's absolutely possible. So I'm absolutely excited to be able to, do something of the sort and just kind of get a feel for what LegoCon is this year. Now, we do know that there are going to be some things that are potentially revealed this year, which is great because that's a massive deal. New sets, amazing sets, awesome themes that are going to be revealed. Everybody wants that stuff. So there is that great potential to be able to enjoy something that we may not have seen before. So if you're a follower of myself or of April B or both, make sure you check out our links, follow them, go ahead, get on in. And there is also a chat function available if you are using the app. I'm not sure about online. I need to look more into that. But I know for sure if you have the app, the Spreaker app, you can definitely ask questions and you can actually, quote unquote, call in to the show and you can ask questions to myself or April B. And it's going to be a fun thing. It's supposed to take about 2 hours. We'll probably stay on a little bit after, probably 30 minutes to an hour after, analyzing, going through different things and such. Just following up afterward what has happened, what information we have gotten and such. Again, this is not an A-Fall-centered event. This is a family event. So if you're looking specifically for it just as an A-Fall event, you're going to be disappointed. So make sure you temper your expectations and at least get an idea of, what could be, what might be, and such like that. Just don't get over and above. Now, there are going to be things in there. You're getting special guests. We're getting a new theme that is launching. Everybody under the sun believes it's Avatar. Everybody. I believe it's Avatar. I have no proof of this whatsoever. But my goodness, I don't know what else it could be. You're getting a bunch of different people that are talking about all kinds of different things. Talking about Ninjago and their grand finale, which finale meaning they're not actually ending. It's just the theme. Mario stuff. We're getting Lightyear stuff. Marvel, Harry Potter, Minecraft, Friends. The new theme. All kinds of different things. And Hope and Joel and Melvin, they're really just going to kind of push everything through. And that's what they're going to do. They're really there for us, for you, for me, for everyone. So that is coming this weekend. Make sure you set your, I guess it's not on TV. You set your DVR on your computer. You set a timer or something like that, to remind you. So the last few things that I wanted to talk about, and I found them super important. Here in the United States, we are unfortunately given so many natural disasters. Tornadoes, hurricanes here in Texas. Tornadoes across the Midwest, up in the Northeast even, along the East Coast. Hurricanes, East Coast, South part, here in the Gulf Coast where I am in Texas. We get crazy amounts of fires that happen. There's earthquakes out on the West Coast. There are earthquakes throughout the middle part of the country, but not as severe. A lot of extreme weather. And when you look at it compared to the rest of the world, me personally, I'm like, what in the hell did we do to get all this? What just happened? We got thunderstorms that spawn into tornadoes that destroy homes and communities. And you got fires that ravage entire, counties, multiple counties, hundreds and thousands of square miles of acreage that just annihilate everything in its path. And that leads me to this. There is a new Lego Ideas project that has reached 10K. If you're unfamiliar with Lego Ideas, you need to reach 10,000 supporters to be able to have it on the docket for the team, the Lego Ideas team at Lego headquarters, to review and say yay, nay. That's all it comes down to. You do all the hard work, you build it, you build it up and get all the propaganda behind it, and then they may say yes, or they may say, yeah, get out. Then you start over. Now, this one is very close to my heart. And I voted for this early on. And it's the LEGO Ideas Sikorsky S701 Firehawk Cal Fire Edition. If you're not familiar with the Cal Fire stuff that goes on out there in California, please go read up. Whether you're in the U.S. and you don't have fires, or you're over in Europe or over in Asia or South America, wherever you're listening at, maybe down in the South Pole, please go look at these type of things and realize how crucial this type of aircraft is to saving lives, property, animals, homes, everything. It's imperative to saving human life. It really is, especially if you've never been to California. And California is a giant state. But if you've never been to California, you don't realize how much undulation there is in the territory, in the state, where you go from beach level to mountains in a matter of an hour. And you go from hills, valleys, mountains, giant mountains, valleys, hills, mountains, valleys, all these places that you can reach out and touch and be a part of, and you can take pictures, and you're like, this is so exquisite. And fires happen like boom, like that. A snap of a finger, it's over. An entire valley is burning and nothing can happen. Anyway, so this was created by Slek024. Again, 10K in people that jumped on this, and I was one of them. And it's very important because I think you talk about Lego City and fire and police and farm and that kind of stuff, things that are part of our world. This is a part of the world, especially on the west coast of the United States. In Texas, we have had many, many giant forest fires. A few years ago, we had one that consumed tens of thousands of acres, and there were people coming from all states, all around, across the country to help put it out. So it's a 3,000 piece build, has the helicopter, which is absolutely incredible. And it's one of those things where if you've not thought of it because you don't deal with it, this is a great mock that deserves recognition in LEGO Ideas. It really does. And speaking from personal experience where, we have had fires close to us, very miles close to us. And we will probably face that later this summer with our drought that is currently going on. It's just what we're dealing with in this current time. So I would ask that you consider it, just because I think it does two things. It creates an amazing model, but it also gives awareness. And I would be curious to see what they put in the instruction booklet to help put out there about, look, Lego is a company that is very green. This would be something that they could really jump onto and say, hey, we need to do this. Here's why. It can help people. Another ideas project, the Viking Village. 10K, man. I love this. It's a beautiful set. Brickhammer. What a solid name, right? What a solid name. Went through 10K pretty darn fast. Very, very, very fast. 2,700 pieces. You have a bunch of different structures that are in here. Beautifully built. Really makes me feel like the pirate ship that they did. The Pirates of the Caribbean. Not Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, I can't remember. The pirates ship that they had done. And the landing and stuff like that. That's what it feels like to me, but in a different sense. Obviously, this being Vikings, but you have the water element that kind of goes around it. You have the dock. You have a tiny little ship. You have all these buildings and stuff like that. It really, really, really works well. And I hope that something like this is well, what do you want to say? It's under consideration. Deep consideration. It fits kind of along with the pirate. It fits kind of along with castle to a certain degree, very, very small degree. But we got the medieval stuff a year and a half ago. It works. It absolutely works. Well, that is going to wrap up this News on a Tues segment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you found something informative. Hopefully, if not, we'll do better next time. I
whispering voice because that's what's important, right?
Totally kidding. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys next time.